Are you about to apply for your marriage green card? We're going to share with you the most recent USCIS form update so your marriage green card application package doesn't get rejected.
Hi everyone, my name is Margarita. I'm an immigrant from Ukraine and a US licensed immigration attorney.
And my name's Dixon. I'm also an immigration lawyer and I went through this crazy journey with Margarita. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already to be notified every time we post a new video about marriage immigration.
The USCIS just recently updated Form I-485 and you need to know the details if you're preparing your own case and want to avoid a rejection. You also want to watch until the end of this video because there we will break down who has to use this new edition of the form and who still has to use an older edition.
First of all, the USCIS updates their forms all the time. It's very important for you to pay attention to the edition date on each form prior to submission. If you submit an outdated form or not a current edition, your application package will get rejected and you will receive your entire file back.
It is a problem for a few reasons. One, you just wasted at least a few weeks, maybe a couple months. The time it takes a snail mail to get your application to the USCIS, for them to process it and then reject it, and then for them to send it back to you. Additionally, if you're sending your medical exam together with your application, they will send it back without the sealed envelope, which now you have to figure out what to do with it. Finally, they will return your package with each page having a scanned barcode on it, which causes some people to redo the entire application. So in order to avoid it, you have to make sure you always submit a current edition of each and every form.
Now, this update of Form I-485 is unique. Normally when they update forms, nothing really changes in the form itself, meaning the edition is new, but all the questions are literally the same. But this update is different. Form I-485 used to be 18 pages, and now it's 20 pages long. Because the USCIS added additional questions, we're going to take a look at them in this video.
Here's the thing, the new form hasn't even been posted on the USCIS website yet, which is also strange, but that's why we will be looking at the preview. After carefully comparing the forms, we realized that all the questions are the same. Aside from Part 8, page 13, question 61, which covers public charge. This is very reminiscent of Trump's era Form I-944, which was a real disaster for immigrants who had to prove to the US government that they could financially support themselves here. I want to briefly show you that form and compare it to the current update on Form I-485. Alright, so here's Form I-944. First of all, it was an awful form because it was 18-page long, and it asked for some very sensitive information such as household income, and additionally it asked about assets, so you needed to list your checking, savings account, everything else. It asked about your liabilities, how much money you owed on your mortgages, car loans, etc. Even asked for US credit report. Asked for health insurance, whether you have it or you don't, or how you're planning on obtaining it. And the most important thing is that it asks for public benefits. It asks if you ever applied for public benefits, which benefits you applied for, etc., etc., etc. And then I want to show you this one where it was asking for your education and skills level. All right, so let's look at the current Form I-485. That's the form that is about to go into effect at the end of December, on December 23rd, 2022. And I want to show you exactly what it's asking. Again, all the questions are the same aside from page 13. That is where it changes. Okay, so again, it's asking about the public charge. It asks you what is the size of your household, indicate your annual household income, identify the total value of your household assets, all the same. And then identify the total value of your household liabilities, including both secured and unsecured liabilities, so how much money you owe. And again, it's asking about the level of school you have completed, which is very strange. Then list your certifications, licenses, skills obtained through work experience, etc. Like I said, very, very much reminiscent of the old Form I-944 that had been discontinued. And let's look at the current Form I-485 that was supposed to expire at the end of March of 2023, but they're discontinuing it right now. Again, all the questions are the same. We're just going to page 13. And as you can see, they only asked two questions in the past. Have you received public assistance in the United States, or are you likely to receive public assistance in the future inside the United States? Okay, so we covered that. We now know that the current edition is asking way more questions. But here's the cool thing. When you go here on question 61, are you subject to the public charge ground of inadmissibility? And the nice thing is that if you're saying no, which you do need to look up this law to understand exactly what it's asking, but if you're saying no, then you can skip all of these questions and just go to item number 69A, which is right here. But if you're saying yes after looking up this law, then you would need to fill out all of these questions. Okay, so now the main question is when and who needs to fill out this new edition of the form and who can still fill out this older edition of the form. And this is what they're saying on the USCIS website. We will not accept the current edition if it is postmarked or mailed on or after December 23, 2022. We will not accept the updated edition of this form if it is postmarked on or before December 22, 2023. Meaning, if you are sending out this application before December 23, then you would still use an old edition. But if you're sending it after December 23, then you have to fill out this new edition. I hope it makes sense.
Do you have any questions you'd like answered? Please let us know in the comments and we'll get back to you. Or you can submit your question following the link in the description below.
And if you're wanting to prepare your own marriage immigration case without hiring a lawyer, we can help.
Check out the links in the description for more info or reach out to us directly on Instagram at Marriage Green Card and let us know how we can help.
Also, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next one.